Hello, sixth graders. In the last video, we talked about reflective writing as it applies to the Renaissance, and we discussed that in modern formal writing, we don't want to use the term I, but that in Renaissance writing, particularly in this reflective or meditative style, the use of I is critical. We want to be involved in what it is that we're writing, and we want our own reactions to be visible. So how is it that we're going to get across this gap between Renaissance writing and modern style formal writing? Because we want to learn how to do this better, not to turn ourselves into some sort of Renaissance throwbacks. We want to be able to use the ideas of the speculum or the speculation in our writing in order to raise the empathy of the reader. And in order to do that, we have to do as Renaissance writers and hold up a mirror. And we have to first see ourselves. So this is the next step after doing a reflection, that we want to reflect back into the Middle Ages or into the Renaissance our empathy. So after 1400, many Italian merchants began to have more leisure time and more wealth. They began spending this time and money on new activities like reading books, playing music, and appreciating art. In the same way, I spend my time doing things that my parents and grandparents could not do, like read Wikipedia articles and play video games. This is my reflective sentence, where I reflect on what I would experience if I were doing this. And this is my holding up a mirror to the past. This is me speculating about my new activities and leisure time. So now what I want to do is reflect this back to the 1400s. And I'm going to do that by borrowing terms like books, and I'll put that down here, and music, and art. And those are going to be my terms, and I'm going to recognize that these are new forces at work. The Renaissance became a time for new books, music, and art to flourish that had little in common with the previous Middle Ages. So just as my grandparents couldn't do things in the past like read Wikipedia articles and play video games, the Renaissance is a time for new books, music, and art that had little in common with previous Middle Ages. People felt that they were being reborn into a new time. Hence the term Renaissance, which means rebirth. So partly I'm using a word derivation here, but I'm also acknowledging my feelings and projecting them back in time. And that means that if I'm writing a formal paper, that my reflective sentence can come out completely. And as a result, you can see that I've used my own reactions to the ideas of the Italian merchants to rethink how I will end this paragraph, and I've made a much stronger paragraph as a result. Try doing this same reflective process with this sentence on your own, and then try writing some reflective sentences for the third paragraph.